Pulp Secret is brought to you by Zune Arts' new graphic novel, The Lost Ones.
Hey guys, welcome to The Stack. I'm Alex.
I am Justin.
I am Pete.
And we've got 3 awesome collections to talk to you guys about today. First is Zot. Second is Small Favors. Third one is Me and the Devil Blues. Then we're going to have a panel discussion in the second half. But let's get right into it because this is a jam-packed show.
Jam-packed!
First, we're going to talk about Zot, the complete black and white collection by Scott McCloud. I thought this was amazing. What did you guys
are
think?
correct in thinking it is amazing.
It was very good. Scott McCloud, known for his comic books about comics.
Understanding comics.
Yes, indeed.
What's going on with comics?
Yes.
Hello, comics.
What's the dilly with comics?
Yeah.
I really liked the obviously the black and white, but it did a good job of really kind of like taking things back a little bit and setting up this world, and the art and the writing work beautifully together to kind of tell you the story about this guy named
I would say this is an essential collection for any comic book fan.
Wow.
I would seriously say this because not only are the stories great, for those of you who haven't read them, it's about superhero Zot who lives on an Earth that is unlike our own. It's more of a Buck Rogers style Earth, and he interacts with this girl Jenny who is from our Earth, and it shows the contrast between the two Earths. And the stories are really beautiful and increasingly beautiful as they get along. The last 6 issues, the Earth stories are amazing, absolutely stunningly amazing, but the thing that makes it essential is Scott McCloud's commentary between each arc, where he talks about in a very honest way about where he messed up with things.
Yeah, it's great. It's so personal, which is what I love about it. If you are an aspiring comic book writer or artist, this is a great book to read also because it takes you along on his journey going from a kid, literally a kid, going through the whole business and making his career.
It's almost like a behind the scenes look at it. It's almost like a director's commentary, like on a movie or something. It's really awesome. I also think they did a really great job of setting up 2 characters that you believe in, you get behind, and when they're dealing with their relationship in a way that's like not only realistic but like stumbly and like awkward and just great and how real it is.
It comes at the whole archetype of a Superman-style hero dating a young girl in a very new way. It reads very uniquely, and it reminds me a lot of Concrete by Paul Chadwick, which the art stylistically is very similar, but the personal nature of the stories, where you're like, oh, you really get behind them because you can see so much of the author writing the story, and it doesn't take you out.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunningly fantastic. Even if you've read Zot before, I think pick this up because it will remind you of how good it was. Yeah, I agree. Let's move on to another black and white collection, which was Small Favors by Colleen Coover. I picked this up at San Diego Comic-Con, and I thought
we haven't stopped talking about it since.
No, I'm gonna put this out there first because we
already put a lot out there. You know what I'm saying?
This is great. I really enjoyed it. It's a very cute book. Colleen Coover does stuff. She did a great series called Banana Sunday.
Okay, tell us a little bit about what's inside.
She also does a lot of all ages stuff for Marvel, and this is like the same style, and it's really just like the characters are so cute and the situations are so cute.
However,
it's
graphic
hardcore lesbian pornography.
Girl on girl action.
It's hardcore, and I can't emphasize how much it's literally. Well, I don't know how many kids watch the show, so I don't want to go too crazy, but it's literally hardcore pornography. And that
drawn in a cute.
That was the sound of all of our teenage viewers running out the door to buy it.
Yeah, I'm glad you.
Which is weird because the art is done in like a cute way, where you start off and you're like, oh, it's a love story. Oh my.
One is very important part of love is lesbian girl on girl action.
But here's the other thing that's so great about it is it exists in this world where there are no dudes, and every girl loves other girls. And there's fairies, but they like having sex with girls.
How's that different from our regular world?
Well, it's definitely not different from the television shows I watch.
Indeed.
And by television shows, I mean
movies
video.
On Cinemax,
right,
starting at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Anyway, having read all of this very intense sex, the story is kind of sweet once you get through. I mean, I read several panels of it over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it definitely has that comeback.
It's great bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, comeback? Yeah.
It definitely keeps you asking
Come on.
for more.
It's not bad enough we're reviewing this thing. We got to do those stupid puns.
Well, here's the other thing, is that Pete is in a hilarious position right now where he's like, I hate pornography.
Right, but I have to review this book, and I wanted to, because there was
You have to. At the con, you were like, let me see that. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, I hate this. Oh, you got this?
And Alex kept taking it away from him, and he kept going back for more. And,
No joke.
and neither of them would let me read it because I'm the youngest of us.
Yeah, that's a good point.
In any case, we're obviously making a lot of jokes about it, but it actually is a fun volume, and I think the thing that is nice about it is most of the time, erotica is stupid. It's really intentionally stupid and not well done. At all.
And plus, sometimes I have a hard time when it makes a bad name for comics where people associate, kind of like women who are big-chested and whatever with comics, and it's like comics is more than that. That's why I have a problem with porn.
Sure,
men.
I understand that. On the other hand, this is actually a really well-done story, very funny, very well drawn. So if perchance you, of the older audience who watch this show, are looking for some really well done comics erotica that is also funny, I definitely highly recommend Small Favors.
So weird.
We're going to move on.
In several weeks, we're going to be doing only erotic comics. Because that's all Alex ever wants to talk about.
1 week. Oh. I picked up like 30 more volumes of erotica.
I know. Your suitcase
Colleen
is
is
weighted.
she does a lot of
moist.
great stuff. She does a lot of great stuff.
And
Marvel,
this is
a lot of,
included in it.
if you're into it.
Yeah. To be fair, we're not wearing pants right now. Let's talk about Me and the Devil Blues.
I never wear pants.
Which is a manga volume about a jazz musician. What did you guys think
And
about
it's
this?
not me as in you, Alex. The name of the book is Me and the Devil Blues.
Yeah.
But you were like, let's talk about me and the Devil Blues. No, I felt like the art was awesome. The story was great. It's a true story, which is cool to find out.
Alex was a jazz musician in the antebellum South.
I went to the crossroads, sold my soul to the devil, and that's how I got this show.
Oh, wow.
Which was really kind of disappointing.
Sorry
Not gonna
that
lie
you
to
had to
guys.
sell your
They're
soul.
like,
for
you could
this.
be a mid-level podcaster.
Mid-level.
That's true.
Well, I mean, in the great span. Anyway,
Anyways,
what did you think about it?
I like this book a lot. It's nice. So many independent comics feel like they're writing all from the same perspective, like this outsider perspective, and it's all in the same bubble. With some of these mangas, like it's been around longer, so they can go into all these different things. Like, who would have thought a manga story about this jazz musician in 19th century America? Like, it's cool, and the art's really nice. It's a good story. It's a true story.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part, true. There's a lot of stuff that happens, especially in the latter half of the volume, that is definitely not true, but more playing off the legend of this guy.
Right, yeah.
I wasn't crazy about the art, I have to say. I felt like it was a little muddy at points. I felt like I had trouble telling characters apart at certain points. And I feel like the way that they were trying to depict music is an incredibly hard thing to depict in comics across the board. I don't think it completely worked.
But I also like the muddle of it because it was a story told, back then where things were a lot more muddled. I felt like it worked. It really worked.
It's a muddly ton.
And I felt like that kind of contributed to the story. That being said, I also was a little uncomfortable. It was a true story, and I had to deal with slavery and lynching and stuff like that, and that was just a little, personally upsetting for me. So that was kind of.
Well, I think it's meant to be upsetting.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is.
Tough,
I'm not
tough
saying it's
ground
not
to
to be, but it's still I had to.
I think if you're looking, in summary from all of us, if you're looking for a more mature story in manga that is dealing with different subject matter, and you have any interest in the history of jazz, this is an interesting volume to pick up. Is that correct?
That is
Indeed.
a well done.
Well stated.
Thank
Very
you.
diplomatic.
And that's why I am a mid-level podcast. All right, after the break, we're going to have a panel discussion, so stay tuned.
All right.
Hey everybody, Justin and Alex here from The Stack.
Oh, what do you know? And
gonna-
we have an exciting contest for you from our friends over at Zune Arts. They are giving away hard copies of the new graphic novel, The Lost Ones, which you've heard us talk about on the show.
Yeah, written by Steve Niles, featuring several artists.
Yes.
And you can also win a Zune media player, which is a device.
Very exciting. So we are going to have a ton of prizes for you guys. All we need you to do is head over to pulpsecret.com, pulpsecret.com. For those of you watching this on Pulp Secret, that's confusing. For those of you watching it on YouTube or on Newsarama or anywhere else,
Or in Times Square on the big screen, right? Everyone's
New Year's!
screaming.
Head over to pulpsecret.com, comment on this video. We're going to choose the 10 best comments, and you guys are going to win this contest. Also, leave us a way of contacting you, whether it's your email or link your name or something like that. If you don't link it,
A picture of you, or
your address, so we can,
Home address.
come and hand you the prize.
yeah, just
personally.
hand you the prize, nothing else.
Yeah,
nothing weird.
Yeah,
this is
nothing
just
weird.
This is just an ad. Why would we say anything weird?
Anyway, thanks to Zune Arts. Go to pulpsecret.com, enter the contest. We'll see you in Times Square.
Zune Arts presents a graphic novel from Steve Niles, author of 30 Days of Night. Featuring the artwork of Dr. Revolt, Morning Breath, Kimmy Buzelli, Gary Panter. One epic story told by 5 groundbreaking artists. The Lost Ones. Read it now at zunearts.net.
And that's my erotica collection. It's all vocal
Please,
tales.
stop.
This is my problem.
Stop.
Is it's different than Colleen Coover's stuff because it was erotica without point. I mean, it was beautiful.
Thank you. It's
Like-
I have a lot of erotic poetry.
Can we get to the question, please?
Oh
The
yeah.
panel
Okay,
discussion?
we're gonna have a panel discussion now.
Good.
This is something that came up the other day on our live show, Comic Book Club, every Tuesday night at 8 p.m.
Oh, nice.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is a question from me, Justin, the host of the staff.
Oh,
One of the hosts of the stand.
No, I said the host.
one of the hosts.
Yeah, it's an important distinction.
Thank you.
Oh,
Alex.
this is great.
Yeah.
A few weeks ago, we did a show where we were talking about
Why
comic
the
book
Last
dads. Yep, and I spoiled something from the end of Why the Last Man, which I won't spoil again. But it got me thinking, like, when is it okay to finally talk about comics? I mean, that Why the Last Man, the issue came out like over 6 months ago.
trade's
Even the
already
trade's already out. Like, when can we finally be like, all right, enough people have read this that we can talk
Well, I
about
think
it?
this is a really pertinent question right now, also because of Watchmen.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Yeah.
are talking about the trailer has come out. Comic book fans generally know the end of the Watchmen, but for the movie to work, you kind of have to not know what the ending is.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Exactly.
is it okay to talk about that? Is it okay to show that? Knowing that Watchmen has been out for, what, 20, 30 years at this point?
exactly.
And I think the answer is yes. It is okay.
No, I definitely agree with you. I feel that like the important thing with the spoiler, and I've definitely learned that the hard way, is you have to say spoiler and give the people and be like, hey, we're gonna spoil this. So if you don't want to hear this, then leave, or then do something for a couple seconds. But I think I don't feel like there is a timeline. I feel like if you want to talk about something, it's your right to be able to talk about it. If it came out last week or 2 months or
Well,
8
but
months
here's
ago.
Well, let me
question.
just
I
be
mean,
clear.
there's-
Spoiler: the North won the Civil War, and how that relates to this conversation, there is no reason.
But no. Seriously, I think that people make a joke about it. I mean, we've certainly made the joke before. Whenever somebody's like, "Oh, come on, you didn't want us to spoil that." Come on, Sixth Sense, he was dead the entire time. Spoiler, but
said it afterward.
Yeah, no, but my point about that is something like The Sixth Sense, or something like the end of Fight Club, or anything
that
else.
was a great movie.
Yeah, it's an awesome.
I haven't
movie.
seen the end, so I don't know what
Well, it
happened.
turns out that Edward Norton and Brad Pitt are the same guy.
That can't be true. That
Yeah,
sounds
it's
great.
totally true.
It's crazy. The whole time
But
they were
my
both on
point-
screen.
My point is that clearly the statute of limitation on that particular spoiler has passed, and everybody
We'll see, I guess.
thinks like, "Oh, come on." So, is there actually a statute of limitations on it?
And I think there should be. I mean, we review comic books, so when you tune in, aren't you expecting us to talk
Yeah. I think it's
cogently?
literally 3 days before the comic book comes out. Should be the statute.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess I assume that we all have a working knowledge of comic books and are passionate enough about it to kind of keep up to date on what's happening.
Yeah, I also agree with Pete though that giving to something bigger that has happened in the past year, I think just giving it a safe spoiler, it doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Obama wins the election. Spoiler.
Well, I
No,
just
no,
feel
not the next year, not the next year, something in the past.
Oh.
yeah.
Well,
past year.
let's the editor just take that out real quick.
Yeah.
It's weird that I know that, but
Yeah.
I'm really involved.
I
in
think
Yeah,
kind of
especially
everybody
with your
knows that.
time traveling, you should be able to know when it's all right to spoil stuff. And
in the future, when we can all see all time,
Yeah.
spoilers
Well,
no
like
longer
for
exist.
example, should we just go ahead and spoil the end of Batman R.I.P. for these people?
no, I think that's a
Ooh.
bad idea.
Yeah, you think that's a bad idea?
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
No, but I also feel that like
All right.
a spoiler, really depends on how much you care about something. You know what I mean? Like people have been loving Why the Last Man. It's been such like a close and dear thing to their heart that something that's more important to you, you're really going to care if that's a spoil or not. So if you're talking about something that's not as weighty, I think it gets easier to spoil. And not
Like
make
like
it
spoiler, I think Pete's a jerk. That's not.
Well, here, do you guys want me to spoil the end of Step Up to the Streets for you guys?
No.
No! What are you crazy?
Are you
You're gonna
insane?
say that to these people?
Yeah,
That's
they're
nuts.
dead the whole time.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I
they
knew
can't-
it.
No, and then
I
her,
knew
the
it.
girl who goes like this, her head is in a box.
No one alive could dance that good. I knew that the whole time.
Yeah,
There you go. It's Ghost. They're Ghost dancing.
Ghost
Next
dancing.
one is called Step Up 3, The Cemetery.
Wow. Step
gonna
up
see
to the
it.
I
cemetery.
could have come up with something better there. What do you guys think? Is there a statute of limitations on spoilers? Let us know, and please include a major spoiler in your response.
Yeah.
If you have a question, call us at 888-841-7549 or write into tips@pulpsecret.com. You can upload your video responses on YouTube or comment right here below. And if you're ever in New York City, come visit us every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. at Comic Book
Come on
Club.
down.
Our live
Tasty.
show. All the details are at pulpsecret.com. We'll see you guys next
Do
time.
you guys want me to tell you how you guys each die?
Yeah.
Hey, do you like Fight Club?
Huh? No. He's really punching me. It's out of control. He's gonna die in 5
Yeah,
minutes.
you guys are the same
He's
guys.
gonna die in 5 minutes.
Oh.
Shing! Animate a knife there, someone. We have an animator on staff.
No,
we
we
have
don't.
nobody on stage.
We have Charlie.
Cool. Oh, our robot camera's saying no. Oh, robot camera, find an animator.